Hey, what's going on, guys? Abel here with World Standard Audio, and in this video I'm going to be touching on the topic of why, as a producer, it's important that you actually get involved in the mixing of a record. I get this emailed to me on a daily basis by either indie producers or rookie producers or producers that have already been in the game. They're just trying to like recap and know whether or not they should be involved in the Mixdown. My suggestion as a producer, I've been doing this, I don't know, for some of you may know, I became a certified audio engineer here in Miami and SAE Institute back in 2004. So I've dabbled in a lot of mix downs, and I've been part of productions. And personally, as a producer, I would want to be involved in the mix down, because what happens is, let's say you get the record done, right? Like, you made the production, you already tracked down the vocals, you already have all the acapellas in your full blown session. You already did all your tweaks to it. You already did all the vocal production. Like, the record at this point is ready to go, right? In theory, it's ready to go. At least it's ready for mix down. Like, you guys already been hammering on the record. Like, that's it. There's nothing really more that you can add on top of it, because if not, it's just a big clusterfuck. Now it's just time for mix down, just to get these nice touches. As a producer, you want to be involved because, an engineer, when you send it to get it mixed down, their ears are fresh and they're not going to really do anything creative to it. All they're going to do is just bring everything out. They're going to clean up anything that you guys don't hear, because you guys are already been on the record. You guys created the record. I mean, to some, I've known producers that they even mix the record too, but you want to get somebody that's, fresh ears, that know what the hell they're doing. They have a good track record of freaking taking records to the next level, and they can also put in their creative input. So you want to be involved throughout the record, because sometimes during the mixdown process, I've been in situations where we've mixed records and there was like 2 or 3 sounds that really didn't need to be there. You know what I mean? They were like filler sounds, but after, you start like mixing down the drums, you start bringing out the snares, or you start bringing out whatever instruments, and you start cleaning things up using compression. Some sounds are like, you know what? It doesn't really need to be there. I think if we leave it there, it's not really needed, because this was prior, pre-mix. So even during the mix down, there's, you can use, depending on the software, like I know a lot of dudes that they use to make beats like Ableton or FL Studio. So there's little tricks that whatever you're using to mix down, like I know engineers that only mix down in Pro Tools. So there's little tricks that Pro Tools have that maybe you couldn't have done in FL Studio. So maybe during the mix down, there's like certain effects that you can use within Pro Tools that'll take the production creatively to another level, because now the track as a whole is taking itself to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? So that's why I always suggest never just send it off to an engineer to get mixed down. You want to also be there, try to get in the session, and be involved in the mix down if it's possible, if it's within your budget, or if the engineer's local, that you can just roll up to the session and just be there with the engineer and you have that relationship. So that during the mix down process, you can be like, hey, you know what? I hear something that wasn't there before, because now I hear the track a little clearer now. I hear it a little different now. I'm going to add this to it. I'm going to take away this. I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to make an effect here. I'm going to drop this here. I've even seen productions that during the mixdown, they've even rearranged records, because the fact that it sounds different and creatively, they're like, hey, you know what? The hook shouldn't go here now. I think now I hear the hook here, because I hear it a whole another way, and I think it's going to be better now because of the vibe now of the track. But that's just my 2 cents. Don't ever slack on any of your projects. Be in it all the way in, and then you'll learn 2 or 3 mixing tricks that you can do prior to mix down that can help the engineer do a better job, and you can get a more efficient mix down. So I hope I dropped a little golden nugget there. That's just, again, these are just my opinions, my experiences, what I've done as an engineer. Obviously, you guys have your own methods, but I hope I answered some of your questions. And if you got any more questions, feel free to comment below. I would love to answer more questions, or shoot me an email at afernandez@worldstandardaudio.com. For those that don't know who we are, we're always looking for new records. There's also going to be a link in the bottom where you can submit your music, so you can submit your music through our record pools. All right, guys, remember, you keep making music, we're going to keep pushing it. See you guys next time.